Hey there! We all know about the intense rivalry between the USA and the USSR during the Cold War. But did you know that their complicated relationship started long before that? Let's take a trip back in time to see how these two superpowers really felt about each other before things got icy. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the USA and the Russian Empire actually had a pretty friendly relationship. The Russian Revolution in 1917 marked a dramatic shift, bringing the communists to power. The United States was far from pleased with this development. President Woodrow Wilson, concerned for Russia, their old ally after World War I, sought to intervene. He attempted to mediate by inviting both factions of the Russian Civil War to the Paris Peace Conference. However, the anti-communist Whites, TSR faction, lacked significant influence, and the Bolsheviks dismissed the treaty as imperialist propaganda. The Bolsheviks believed it was irrelevant, anticipating that communist revolutions would soon spread across the West, allowing them to win ideologically without firing a bullet. Spoiler, that was not the case. The Russian Civil War raged on until 1922, with the US staying mostly on the sidelines, but keeping a close eye on Japan's ambitions in Siberia. They even sent troops to deter Japan, which didn't exactly help relations with the new Soviet government. After the war, with Lenin firmly in control, the USA and the Soviet Union pretty much ignored each other. Why? Because American investors were furious that the Soviets had nationalized all their assets without paying a dime in compensation. Recognizing the Soviet government would mean accepting that Moscow was keeping all the money. Meanwhile, the Soviets despised the US for being a capitalist power. As time passed, the anger over lost money was replaced by a desire to make new money. By the 1930s, most Western European countries had recognized the Soviet government, so the US decided to negotiate too. The deal? The US would recognize Stalin's government, and in return, the USSR would allow Americans to maintain their freedom of religion, boost trade, and promise not to interfere in American politics. Spoiler alert, most of those promises were lies. Relations between the two nations remained rocky until 1941, when Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union. The US provided much-needed aid to the Soviets, but even then, they were wary of Stalin's post-war ambitions. The hope was that Germany would be defeated, but at such a high cost to the USSR, that it wouldn't pose a threat afterward. But as we all know, things didn't quite turn out that way, and the uneasy relationship between the USA and the USSR only got worse, eventually leading to the Cold War we all know about. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. See you next time.